Made it here just in the nick of time. How are you, my Transformational Tuesday lovers? Goodness gracious. We did it. We made it through another week. Here we are. Thanks for sticking with me while I fix my hair around here. All right, so I am a psychic medium, Samantha Fe, for those of you that do or don't know me. And this is Transformational Tuesday. This is where I read you 3 cards from this week. Is going to be the Archangel Power Tarot cards. So I'm going to read you just 3 of those. And this is to just give you some support, you know, give you some love through the week. It's a hard, cold world out there, right? Oh my goodness. It hasn't, I mean, weather here hasn't warmed up. Getting ready for spring, but sheesh. Ready for those sundresses. You know what I mean, ladies? Hi, Tara. Yes, you are catching me live. Carolee, good morning. Good morning. John Stewart, I haven't seen you in a while. How are ya? Chris Beck, welcome, my friend. All right, so you guys ready? We're just going to dive right into it. Make Mo Money March is officially complete. We did a beautiful meditation last night in that group, Happy Empowered Empaths. I left it up there. It was a live that we did last night. So if you want a nice, calming, loving, gentle, motivational meditation, go ahead and tune into Happy Empowered Empaths. You'll find it right there. There is one card that is just wanting to come out. So that was easy. Doors to the Intuitive Connection Academy are officially reopened. So if you're interested in seeing what that is about, let me know. I'm going to have a class later, there we go, later this week to share with you all about it. All about it. So yeah, Intuitive Connection Academy. We're raising the bars, raising the stakes, and treating it more like a school. It is an opportunity for you to learn how to develop your intuitive connection. Of course, for those of you who are, that's not the one, in business or want to run a business as a healer, we've got some opportunities for you there as well. But no worries about that right now. Just kind of giving you a heads up intro. That's what's coming down the pike. Otherwise, let's go ahead and dive into the cards. All right. Starting with the last one first. We've got the King of Ariel. The King of Ariel, I love this one. Well, I just love the pink cards, to be honest. But your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success, using your resources wisely. So I love, love, love that this is coming out. The King of Ariel, successful, stable, accomplished, and powerful. This is a perfect card to end Make Mo Money March on. We really talked about digging into some of your core values, staying in alignment with your own integrity. And when you do that in your money space and how it is that you're making money, how it is you're bringing money in, you really can find ways to be completely limitless in your potential of what you're capable of doing. Oh my goodness, really, truly, and beautiful. But your plans are working out very well for what it is that you're doing. If you have any sort of uncertainty or anything that you're thinking, I don't know if this is where I'm supposed to be, I don't know if this is direction that I'm supposed to be going on, keep going forward. Again, I'm going to say it again. Don't stop before the miracle occurs. This is a big deal. It's a huge lesson. Do not stop before the miracle occurs. How many things do you think in this world have not come to fruition because somebody got tired or exhausted or didn't want to do it? One of my dear, dear friends, yesterday I called her. I'm talking to her, how's she doing? She's like, I don't know that I want to do this anymore, this. And I said, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. This whole life thing, this whole being a support for other people, it's hard. Putting yourself out there, it's hard. But the truth is that we have each other. It's not hard everywhere. That there are certain areas and certain parts of your life where you are going to experience success, where you are going to be stable, accomplished, and powerful in your own right. That's what this is about for you. That this is about you coming into your own, about you being able to make a significant amount of income financially, supporting yourself to be able to create the things that you want to create. Really and truly, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Any sort of dips that you guys are having, any sort of like, what is the point? I don't know. I guess I would say raise your hand, but I can't see you all, but I guess you could put a hand emoji up. But privacy of your own heart, how many of you have ever had an existential crisis? By existential crisis, what I mean is like, I can't do this anymore. What is the point of this? Why are we human beings? What is the point of existence? Oh my God. Like any of that, has anybody ever had one of those breakdowns? I have. I've had quite a few of them. And the truth of the matter is that for me, they happen every single time I hit a major turning point. Every single time, right before I have a massive breakthrough. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, thank you, Jeff and Iva, for showing up, Tara. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, you're going to make it through. It's going to be okay. You're on the right path. The emotions, the feelings, they're just that. Let them come up, let them move through, let them go, because you are doing a fabulous job. Fabulous job. All right. Oh my goodness. This is my favorite card in the deck. I could go on and on telling you stories about Archangel Raziel. This was the first Archangel that I actually started channeling and that showed up into my life. And I was sitting there, I was really depressed. I was going through a terrible breakup. I just come to stay at my grandma's house because I needed like some love and some nurture. And I had just seen Doreen Virtue had picked one of these cards in one of her weekly readings. And I was just sitting on the couch, super low point, and all of a sudden this being stood next to me. And at this point I'd been doing, enough work to know what was happening. But he stood next to me and I was like, hey. And I could tell that it was him because he showed up looking like this, because of course that's my association. So he showed up looking like that so that I could tell who it was. And he ended up saying, like, we've been waiting for you. We're waiting for you to come around. So that is, I guess, the message that I'm sharing here with you. Your guides, your angels are waiting for you. They're there. They are ready and willing to hear what you have to say. They're ready and willing to be there to support you. They're ready and willing to take your pain away, to show you the path that is free of struggle. All of these things, your guides, your awareness, your intuitive awareness to connecting in with yourself offers this sort of freedom. I know this card is kind of funny. This is actually Radley Valentine. This artist depicted this after a person that Doreen Virtue works with. So I think that's kind of haha funny. But you can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear in successful beginnings. We have success again, my friends. Success again. It's on 2 cards. So you're on the right path. It's coming through for you. Stay with it and know that whatever you're manifesting, you're manifesting. So whatever it is that's going on in your life, good, bad, ugly, right, wrong, fabulous, terrible, you're creating it on some level. Now, a lot of people, well, I don't want negative or bad, terrible things to happen. Well, if you're thinking about it, you can think about it in that way. Now, for me, I was looking at, okay, doors are reopening to the Intuitive Connection Academy. And last night, as I'm laying in bed, I literally was feeling and looking through all of the worst case scenarios. And I went, oh my God, why am I looking at worst case scenarios? Like that's not me. That's not where I want to be. So we have to shift. We have to shift. We have to shift, right? The success comes from, and this is what's kind of, I guess, a cosmic joke in some senses, that we have, when things are going bad and when shitty things are happening in our life, we have a propensity to start going down that rabbit hole. Well, if this is happening, then what if this happens? And 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 then it gets like horrible, right? It gets horrible because we are quite literally creating worst case scenario, because where your thoughts go, your energy goes, and that's where the attention flows. All of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. So be able to just shift yourself out of that. Remember staying true to your affirmations. You must condition your brain. You must condition your mind to think positively. This is not by any means something that is natural for us. I'm gonna go in and explain it just a little bit. That we connect with what is happening negatively so much easier than what's positive, right? You have a wonderful evening out, you get compliments, 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 you look great, and then there's one asshole that looks at you and is like, you have ugly shoes, right? And then what happens? You go home and you remember that you have ugly shoes the whole time. because your brain sticks to that one thing, right? Your brain sticks to that one negative aspect. The reason for this being is that it is a biological response. It's a biological flight or fight response that when we were cavemen, when we were literally back to the age of what we call civilization, that these fight or flight mechanisms would kick in if you were going to be attacked by a tiger, if your life was almost lost, if you burnt your hand on fire, like these things. And so it would remind you not to do that again. It was a survival mechanism. So ingrained in our biological structure is this idea that we just stick to what is negative. We must retrain our brain, your thinking patterns, your thought forms. It is a muscle. It is a muscle. It isn't about trying to stay positive all the time. That's not what this is about. This is about strengthening your perspective so that when shit hits the fan in your life, then you can get there, you can see it, and you can restructure and shift how you want to do it. That's all it takes. Like, you have to create that mental capacity and that mental strength to be able to get you to that point. Man, I'm sorry that I'm just throwing all these nasty words around today. I've been hanging out with this little 18-year-old lady that has been like keeping me young, she says. Apparently it's rubbing off. All right, so the Knight of Raphael. I love this. This is a happy romantic ending to these three cards. You have your successful, stable, accomplished, and powerful. You have the manifesting the life that you want, successful beginnings. So know that, yes, you have the successful beginning and the successful follow through. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we have committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. All right, so romance, romance, romance. I love that it says romantic, dramatic, poetic, and introspective. This is wonderful. Whether you are in a relationship or not, this card is for you. This is about your romanticism, your inter-romance, your inner Romeo, so to speak, being brought out. What happens when you fall in love? Everything changes, right? Your perspective changes, the way food tastes, the way color looks, the way music sounds. Everything changes. Everything. So when you're in that space of being in love, I literally had this feeling last night where I'm like, okay, as a single lady, I, honest to God, have been feeling like I am in love. I'm feeling like those butterflies. I'm feeling that nervousness. I'm feeling that excitement for life and for things that I'm creating. And I haven't ever felt that at all, but being able to look at and see that space of being in love, that space of being in romance, doesn't always mean with another person. Yes, of course it can. And for some of you, this may mean that committed romantic relationship is coming. And if you're in a relationship right now and it's not committed and it's not romantic, then take charge and change it. Stop being a reactor and thinking that the other person is going to show up and change things. If you've been trying to better your relationship and it just is still terrible and you're not getting what you want out of it and your needs aren't being met, reevaluate. Otherwise, know that you can repair the relationship that you're in. Just stop reacting, thinking that the other person is going to make that change. You must change first in order for your outer experiences, your outer world, your environment to change for you and with you. So really take a look at that. We've got these committed romantic relationships coming through. Oh, we've got Raziel. My personal fave. Love this card. Love Raziel as an angel. He's there to, this guy's taken me on some extraordinary out-of-body experiences that maybe someday I'll tell you. Maybe I'll keep that to the Intuitive Connection Academy. I tend to share a little bit more there. But really and truly, these angels, these archangels and angelic beings are here to be with you. They're here to support you. They're here to love you. They're here to participate in this life with you. They're here to support you. Really and truly, it's up to you to let these angels in. It's up to you to step forward. Now, prayer is the best way to talk to your angels. It's communicating, it's sharing with them, it's letting them know, and ask them for proof. They're not afraid for you to say, hey, show me a sign that you're here. Show me a sign that you exist. Show me a sign that you're participating. It's okay for you to ask them and check them. Believe it or not, even as a psychic, I am extremely analytical. Extremely analytical. My whole, I'd say, first 2 years of me in developing my psychic abilities was like, prove it, prove it, prove it. I had so much doubt and so much skepticism to move through. You have no idea. Now that I am where I am, yeah, it's a little bit different because I've had enough falls, bumps, and bruises that I've been able to see exactly where, when, and how my guides are there. I, as a medium, can communicate with the other side. Now that it's controlled, I can say it comfortably. Like, there are so many things that I can guarantee you right now that you're overlooking as far as your abilities, and it can work to your detriment until you start to really connect in with it. That, I encourage you to start connecting with your angels first. I do have a meditation on YouTube that is channeled message from Archangel Raphael. It's one of my first and actually only channelings that I've done publicly, but you can go and watch it and connect. That's going to open your channels. That's exactly what that was about, but it'll open up your channels to starting to connect with the Archangel frequencies, and you kind of have to acclimate, by the way. You can like start channeling, and then you come back down to where you're at, and then you start channeling, and you go back up and down and up and down. It kind of is a little bit of like a push, pull until you start to vibrate at a new frequency to where you can communicate with them all the time. Otherwise, it comes in like peak experiences. But if you do that meditation, it's on YouTube. Like I said, it's channels of Archangel Michael. You could Google my name and probably Archangel Raphael. And you'll find it. That will really significantly help. I think it's like half an hour to 45 minutes long. So just make sure that you set aside some quiet time for you to do for yourself, with yourself. You'll see baby Samantha. It was one of my first videos that I started doing. And I always kind of giggle when I look back at those. But that is a resource for you. I know that it will help for those of you that are ready to start exploring this for yourself. Other than that, like I said, doors for the Intuitive Connection Academy are open. I'm going to be doing a free class this week to really dive into what is going to help you as a resource, busting some secrets that psychics and mediums know and have, limiting belief patterns, that sort of stuff. We're going to get some work done, and then I'll share with you a little bit about the Intuitive Connection Academy. So for those of you that are interested, stay tuned, stick around, and we'll start getting on the phone or getting in touch with you as soon as we get those wheels flowing. All right, my dear friends, I hope you have the best Tuesday ever. Thank you for sticking with me on this one. And of course, I'm sure I'll see you very soon. All right, remember, we're in this together.